Hello my loves and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Steph. Now today's video is a little bit different to what I've usually done before. So I've done a lot of like weekly vlogs recently. However, I was thinking about all of the amazing purchases that I made in 2023 and I was thinking about doing this video and I wanted it to go live in December to be like the 2023 things I recommend buying after my experience in 2023. That never happened and it's now February. So I'm kind of going to do like 23, 24 things that I would recommend purchasing. I'm being completely transparent. Some of these have been previous ads, but I've literally found out about them from a brand reaching out being like, would you promote this, trying it and then being like, this is amazing. And I will clarify that throughout the video. So if anything started as an ad or I've done an ad for it previously, I will state as we go. But there's a lot of products in here that I've done ads for that I still use on a regular basis. And yeah, so I put together this little list and go through it. I'm going to insert images of everything here because I thought rather than faffing around with having all the items around me, I can kind of explain to you why I love them, why they've become staples in my life, and I will also link things below. Again, if anything is an affiliate link, I will make that extremely clear within the description box so that if you do purchase anything, if I am making a very small commission, you will know before you purchase. Shall we get going? I tried to break it down into categories like beauty, fashion, whatever. Some of them, I'm a basic girly and I am making that very apparent right now, and they're probably products that you've known or heard of for a very long time. So I'm going to start with just saying that the word for last year was subscriptions, and that is because there's certain things that I use so regularly that the thought of even having to purchase them or whenever I needed to change them, for example like toothbrush heads for example, if ever I went to change them and I didn't have some in like an emergency drawer, it would be like, oh shit, I need to order them. And I think with this is something that my friend Grace actually said recently, which I was like, that is genius. With subscriptions you can actually make more conscious choices, so you can make better choices rather than going onto Amazon or like going to your local supermarket and having to get things because you're desperate. This is better for me, better for the environment, better for my health, whatever it may be, and it's one less thing to worry about. And I feel like all of us are suffering with decision fatigue, right? There's so much that we're stimulated with throughout the day that they're making a decision on things, you're literally like burnt out by 4 p.m. So that is one thing that I would say is my word for last year was subscriptions. And one of the things that I have subscribed with is something that I actually tested out for an ad. So I did an ad for them last year, and it's a subscription called Matica, and it's a little skin treatment that you get. So you fill out the consultation form online. Again, this is not part of the ad, like that ad was put to bed, invoice paid, haven't spoken to them since, but I genuinely believe in the product. Basically, like, you get this little tube that lasts you a month and you fill out a form with all of your skin concerns. It's a treatment that you apply after you've cleansed, toned, you apply the treatment and then you leave it for a bit and then you moisturise afterwards. So my routine was like cleanse, tone, apply Matica, clean my teeth, then apply my moisturiser. When I tell you, my skin felt like glass. You know when it's just like so clear? I've always had issues with like blemishes and stuff, so I put all of this on the consultation form and it came up with this bespoke formula for me that was posted directly to my door, and you get a new one every month. Honestly, my skin was so consistently good, and this isn't me being like I have amazing skin because I'm blessed. It is genuinely because I've tried everything out there and this is the one thing that I'm like, oh my god, yes. And even around my period and stuff, I would have humongous breakouts, and it was just so much more consistent ever since I've been using Matica. So even though I did the campaign, god, like Q3 of last year, I'm still using it, still subscribed, and still a ride or die fan. Like if anyone is having problems with their skin, I'm like, oh my god babe, have you tried Matica? Another thing that is another subscription is Estrid razors. I did a campaign with them, I want to say going back 2021, maybe even 2020. I remember I was still living at my parents' house when I posted the ad. I still use them, I still swear by them, and I'm now a subscription customer. So what I love about them is they are more eco-friendly, good for the environment, and you reuse the handle, and then you can choose on the website whether the razor heads come every week, every 2 weeks, like depending on how often you shave and stuff. I know that I ramp up my subscription more during the summer and then tone it back a little bit in the winter, and you can manage all of that within the website. I think they're a great brand, love their marketing, and I'm well and truly sold, so I definitely recommend checking them out. Moisturizer. So just before we started the work on the house, I was trying to tone back on all of my purchases, and I stripped back my skincare and I started buying cheaper options, cheaper alternatives, and I'll be honest, my skin really suffered. So I was like, okay, one thing that I know that I cannot scrimp out on is skincare. My little piece of luxury on a daily basis is good skincare. So that is one thing that I've made my mindset around, is like, what is a luxury to me? Obviously there's so many luxuries in terms of like spending time with your family, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the superficial stuff. I'm speaking too fast, sorry, someone told me that I talk too fast, so I'm gonna slow it down. But we're talking about the superficial luxuries in life, okay? And for me, skincare is one of them. And there is a moisturizer that I used after a facial, and I came out and I was like, oh my god, all the products they used on my skin were beautiful. And I found this moisturizer called Balm 27, and I found it after I turned 27, so I was like, this is a sign. I've been using it for like a year now, and when I say it feels like you are applying silk to your skin, I am not lying. It is unbelievable. Just every evening it feels like I've had a facial, and it is so expensive, I'll be honest. It is a very expensive moisturiser. However, it is my one expensive thing in my wash bag, but because it is so good, you only use a tiny bit of it. So I think it would last me, I want to say like 2 months. I only put it on at night time. It's not something I put on before my makeup or anything like that. It's just before bed, little bit of luxury, and I'm just obsessed with it. And I will say, like, everyone's skin is unique. That's why Matica is good, because you can speak about your specific skin concerns. The next thing was I was actually sent some products by a brand called Bouclem last year, and it's for naturally curly hair because I was on a naturally curly hair journey. As you can see, I sacked it off. The time commitment that you have to make towards bringing natural hair back, I just wasn't ready for the awkward stage. I just didn't feel confident in myself, and I'd see my reflection and be like, that's not me. So I am trying to learn to love my natural hair, but I'm just not there yet, I will be honest. So I put copious amounts of heat on it. However, they've sent me some items that when I do have my natural hair, it's what I use, but that's not what I'm promoting now. One thing that they sent me that has changed my life is a microfiber towel. It feels like a t-shirt, like a really nice quality t-shirt. What I've noticed is my hair's not snapping off as much. When I used normal towels before, it would just like, I felt like it was too rough for my hair, and also it would make my hair frizzier. Whereas when I put my hair in this microfiber towel, leave it for however long, and then brush it out gently, and then if I dry it and I scrunch it with that towel, it just, whatever I then do to it, it frizzes less. It's just magic, and I highly recommend it. And I don't think it was too expensive either. I actually am going to get another one just to keep in my gym bag for whenever I wash my hair, because I notice such a difference when I then use a normal towel. My hair is just frizzier, and the whatever style I use just doesn't last as long. Then the next thing that actually TikTok sold to me was a scalp massager cleaner. When I was kind of going through my hair growth journey, which is a story for another day, like if you do want to know more about that, like when I had an eating disorder and when I wasn't eating enough and when I went blonde, like my hair literally fell out and it was snapping and it was in such bad condition. And I'd like to think that it's got to a much better condition now, to the point where I feel more confident with my hair. So if you do want to see a video like that, let me know in the comments. When I was looking into that, I looked into kind of scalp health. So I was like, okay, I really need to make sure that my scalp is clean. And I think I went through a phase of like scrubbing my hair too hard, especially because I've got freaking talons as nails. I would literally like scrub my scalp, and then I thought, no, now I've gone the other way and I'm probably scrubbing my hair too much. So then TikToks, when it was pushing like rosemary oil and stuff, haven't actually fallen for that yet. I don't even know if it works, but haven't purchased that yet. I saw this kind of scalp massager that you then would massage into your head when you're shampooing, and that is something that I now use every time I wash my hair. It's easier to clean your scalp with like really scrubbing. Then my hair doesn't need a wash as regularly because my scalp is actually clean. It wasn't expensive, and I'll link it below. What else? Colorwell spray is something that I have sworn by since my friend Sasha introduced it to me, I want to say like 2 years ago. So I've always used the one for curly hair because I was going through curly hair phase, always curly blow dry. However, I'm in a straight hair era. I use the Colorwell normal spray if I'm doing my hair straight, and again, it eases frizz, it makes it feel straighter for longer, it feels softer. Just highly recommend it, so I'll link that below as well. I am also a huge fan of girls that have built a platform that are then building an empire, and there are certain female individuals online who are just taking it by storm with beauty products and things like that, and Jess Hunt is one of them. And Refi, I remember when she first launched her eyebrow kit, I was like, purchase immediately. Like, I just, you know, you just trust people and you have no idea why. I was just like, whatever you're sending me, I want to back it. I believe in you and I trust you. So when she launched that, I absolutely loved it. Her bronzer I swear by, her blusher, her highlighter, the Refi highlighter is just gorgeous. However, last year I fell in love with the lip pencil and the lip, what's it called? Lip gloss. Oh my god. Fell in love with it, and it is now my go-to. Before I was a Charlotte Tilbury girl, now I'm a Refi girl through and through, and she has absolutely nailed it in terms of marketing, design, products, just 10 out of 10. Next, I fell for the hype with the Elemis cleanser. You know the little tub that has the yellow liquid in it? You apply it to like dry skin and it literally melts off all of your makeup. I can't remember who I saw speak about it first. I think it was Em the nutritionist, Emily English, who is just a doll anyway. I saw her speak about it and I knew that I wanted to try it. So I gave it a go. Little moment of luxury of an evening, taking off my makeup, which I used to absolutely hate, is now like the most enjoyable process. It just melts off my skin. I then apply my Matica, then my moisturizer, and I'm literally going to bed feeling like I've had a facial. I only use it on the nights when I'm taking off my makeup. If I've gone a day without wearing makeup, I still use my Lucy B cleanser that I've spoken about time and time again in my vlogs. And the last thing on the beauty side of things is Weleda Skin Food. I found this on a shoot. The girl that was doing my makeup applied that as kind of a base. Honestly, when they say it's skin food, It literally feeds your skin. Like I love the name because it says what it does on the tin. It's so hydrating. I've now got Lewis on it. He has no skincare routine whatsoever except from applying skin food before he goes to bed, and he loves it. It feels like my skin just goes and it's so hydrating. And again, if I'm just doing like a concealer makeup look, I put that on, a tiny dab of concealer, it blends in so beautifully well, and that is my go-to moisturiser under makeup, as kind of like a primer almost. Then in terms of fashion, this is when it gets a little bit basic, I'll be honest. They're things that you probably would have seen every influencer and their mum talking about. I'm okay with that. With trends and stuff, there's people that are so quick on the trends and like making the trends, and then there's the people that kind of then step onto the trends. I wish I was in either one of those groups. Like, I wish I was a trendsetter or I was quick to trends. I'm like, a trend's been around for maybe a year, 2 years, and then I'm like, oh, I might want to try that. So that's what I was like with the UGG Tasmans. For so long I wanted them. I was going to, do you know what it was? I was going to things like lunches and stuff in like nice places, not somewhere where you'd wear a heel, but trainers were almost too scruffy, and I don't suit flat boots. I just look like a builder because I've got big feet. So I was like, what could I wear that would make it still look cozy and cute? Like, I'm not a fashion girly at all in the slightest, not stylish, I just wear what I like. Anyway, ordered the UGG Tasmans. I am obsessed with them. Not only are they so easy to slip on, they're so comfortable, they keep my feet warm, and they just feel like slippers, and they just look a little bit smarter than my trainers, and I just love them. Call me a basic bitch, I do not care. Then the second thing in fashion is Tala Trousers, the multi-way trousers, and I tell everyone about them. I feel like my stomach and my bloating fluctuates throughout the day, and if I wear tight clothing, it makes my stomach worse. Like, if I were to eat lunch and have something really tight around my waist, my stomach will then bloat and be so swollen. Whereas the multi-way trousers are like wearing pyjamas, but they don't look like pyjamas. And you can either wear them super high-waisted, you can wear them low-waisted, you fold it over however you want, and I've got them in black and grey, and they are a staple. I wear them every week, without a shadow of a doubt. Wear them with my UGG Tasmans. I love them so much. If I'm just nipping out to the shops, post office, whatever, working from home, they are so comfortable. One thing I will say is they come up slightly big. I sized down for these, and they are perfect. So again, highly recommend. Next, a good pair of jeans. I have been on the hunt for a good pair of jeans for no word of a lie 3 or 4 years, and then I actually looked on Revolve, which is just a brilliant website anyway. I found a brand called A Brand, and the jeans just looked amazing. They looked like they really cinched in at the waist, but then I'm not a skinny jean girly, I'm not a flared jean girly. I just want a classic pair of straight jeans that would look good with trainers, boots, stilettos. I'm trying to build like a capsule wardrobe of things that are just super versatile, buy once, buy for life. Do you know what I mean? They're just good quality tailored jeans, and I feel like the rest of the like cheap ones that I bought in my early 20s can just be gone now. I will link them below. They do them in black as well, and I'm actually going to order the pair in black and then just have my 2 pairs of jeans that are my go-tos. Next, I actually fell again, I'm so basic, but New Balance trainers. I bought these for just days when I'm wearing activewear, I'm out and about on the run. I wanted a pair of trainers that looked smart, were comfortable, and also not going to fuck up my knees if I had loads of walking to do. And again, shoes that would look good with activewear, but also jeans, tracksuits that didn't look scruffy. And again, I got them in like white and silver, they go with everything. And then last thing in kind of like fashion is the Skims pajamas. When I saw the price tag, I thought that is far too much to spend on pyjamas. However, I now have 2 sets that I wear on rotation, and they are unbelievable. Again, they wash well, they feel premium and luxury, they're so silky soft, and they're just a little bit smarter, like especially when I was going to stay places, whether it was Lewis's family home or staycations or holidays. And they're just gorgeous. They're long sleeves, they're thin enough to wear in summer, but they're also warm enough to wear in winter. I can't explain it, but they're just gorgeous. I'd rather have a tiny wardrobe of clothes I wear again and again, rather than drawers and drawers and drawers full of stuff just because. Do you know what I mean? So investing in good quality pieces that wash well and that you will use time and time again. This section's a bit random, to be honest, but I am a gut health girly, and this is something that I've been raving about probably pre-2023, multiple years, so it's probably shouldn't be in this, but I just thought I need to speak about it. Andrew Huberman swears by and endorses this product. It's AG1, which is by Athletic Greens, and it is a daily supplement that basically works as a multivitamin, and it has every micronutrient that your body needs to function at its best. Everything comes in a little powder. It is so convenient and so easy to just literally add it to the shaker, you add water, and then you add some drops in of vitamin D, because vitamin D is best absorbed as a liquid form. You shake it up and then you drink it. I do eat like a very well-rounded plant-based plant-based diet full of fruits and veggies, which is obviously going to help. Get good sleep and lots of things that will help my immune system anyway. But I do believe that AG1 has helped with my hair, my skin, my nails, my immunity, my digestion, because it's feeding your gut health. They basically have developed it so it absorbs into your body in the best possible way. Another thing that I definitely recommend is SYMPROVE. This isn't something that I take all year round. You can, but I do it in probably 12-week stints as and when I need it. So for example, if I'm having antibiotics, if I've been poorly, if I've had things wrong with my gut or my gut has felt uneasy, like I've always got SYMPROVE in the house to take first thing in the morning. And it's live bacteria that is water-based, that when you digest it, it can actually arrive in your stomach still live. Then the good bacteria that already exists in your gut, it basically just feeds that. So it's absolutely brilliant. Next, this is something that I went to an event in December that was on a vlog, and it was with Diary of a CEO, and everyone there had received one of their conversation cards. And the conversation cards are full of the questions that Stephen gets his guests to write down at the end of one of his podcasts, and some of them are really thought-provoking. Of that evening, I knew no one at this dinner party, and it just started such beautiful, deep conversation. And I did a campaign for them recently where Lewis and I recreated our first date. Now Lewis and I live together, we spend every waking moment together, and I know everything going on in his life. However, it's not always quality time that we spend together. So on this night where we recreated our first date, I was like, we need to spend like quality time together. So I took the conversation cards and each of us would like shuffle through them and choose one and ask the other person and then answer it ourselves. And it was so brilliant. We were just so present and in the moment. And I just think if ever when we move into the house and host things like get-togethers or dinner parties, my goal is just to leave one of those conversation cards on every placemat, and then at some point in the evening someone has to ask their question, because I just think it breaks the ice, it gets rid of this kind of empty, shallow conversation. You dig a little bit deeper and it's gorgeous. Some of them are too deep for certain situations. Like there was a few things where I was like, Lewis, I'm not going to ask you this because it's probably a little bit heavy, but there are some really thought-provoking questions that I know would go down so well with family get-togethers or double date nights or whatever it might be, and I highly recommend those. Next, this is something that I first used in 2021 when training for my marathon. I then fell out of love with running for maybe 2 years and then started using again regularly, and that is the Runner app. It is such a brilliant platform. It is honestly fantastic because being a beginner runner is really daunting. I'll be honest, I get ashamed of my speeds and my ability, and I feel like I'm more unfit than majority of people, especially because the running community in London is so full on at the moment and everyone is smashing PBs and running these crazy distances, and a marathon is no longer enough. People want to do ultra marathons, and that's fine, like I love that for them, but it's not for me. I want to be a 5k, 10k girly that does the occasional challenge, but I don't know where to start. And I thought I'd just have to go out and run 5k every time I wanted to go for a run. With Runner, you can type in your specific goals and follow a specific plan and cater it to your timetable. So for me, I do like intervals on a Wednesday and then a longer run on a Saturday or Sunday, and I can program it into Runner. I can enter my 5k time and then it will curate speeds specifically for me. And if I were to listen to headphones as I was running, I could then have those speeds read into my headphones and be like, slow down, speed up, you're going to rest for 5 minutes, you're going to walk for a metre, whatever it might be, and walk for a metre. It's a small amount per month, but if you are looking into running or you're thinking about doing a challenge, like honestly, it's brilliant. They also have strength-based workouts on there, and it's kind of the only workout app that I use. I think my code gets you 2 weeks free, so even if you just wanted to download it to try it, try before you buy, but I think you might just fall in love with it. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about was By Rotation, which is an app that I found last year as well. There was basically a dress that I fell in love with to wear to one of my friend's weddings, and I found it on like an Instagram ad, I think it was, or I saw like someone wearing it and I went onto the brand. It was to die for, and I was like, oh my god, this is my dream, this is gorgeous, 100% want to get that. And sometimes when I buy things for weddings, I don't just buy it for an event. It will be the first time I wear it at that event, but I will think I can wear this in the future to so and so, or what, and this and that, and all of those things. I don't buy for an occasion, I buy forever, and maybe that occasion is just the first time that I'll wear it. However, when I saw the price of this dress, my jaw dropped and I was like, hell fucking no. There is no way in hell that I'm paying for a dress that expensive when it's not my wedding dress. I was just like, oh well, it is what it is. Then as I was scrolling through and searching, I came across By Rotation, which I'd seen before, but I was like, I don't actually understand how it works. Is it something that would actually be suitable, blah, blah, blah. I looked into it, downloaded the app, literally chose the dress in my size. The date I needed it was free. All of the dry cleaning was then sorted, all the postage, it gets collected, and off it that goes. And I was like, this is amazing and such a good service. And I was just thinking for things like, I was gonna say red carpet events, but I very rarely go to those, but just on those occasions where you want to dress up and wear something beautiful, and you, even like a ball or prom or something where you don't want to spend all that money on a dress, you can rent one. And there's loads more platforms out there, like By Rotation is a good one. I think there's one called Her. I've not used that personally, but I just love it, and it's now on my radar for future things, because there are sometimes occasions where I get invited to certain do's or whatever where I would want to wear a really glamorous dress, but I don't have anything in my wardrobe, or I don't feel like anything is suitable. I think that's a brilliant service, and I think the only thing I'd be worried about is I wish there was like an in-person store where you could try it on, because luckily the dress that I hired fit beautifully and it was perfect for the evening. But if I were to hire something that didn't fit, you still have to pay for it even if you don't wear it, which is a little bit frustrating. But yeah, they are my favourites from last year. I hope it's been helpful, and again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. All of the links below I will put if they're affiliate link. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you have anything else that you swear by, fill that in the comments, because I feel like the people watching this video want recommendations anyway. So if there's something that you've been using for the last year that is part of your non-negotiable routines, please let me know in the comments, and I will be back with normal content next week. I've got a weekly vlog coming next week that I hope you will all enjoy. So yeah, sending you loads of love, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.